It is said that if you're a disciple of meditation, when you come to Cornwall, nature itself will soon become your master, leading you on a path to enlightenment. The Cornish coastal landscape can provide nature's Zen gravel garden for quiet contemplation. Characterful boulders create islands in the sand, focusing the mind's energy. At low tide, seaweed becomes the coastline's moss garden. And inland, the magical atmosphere of sheltered lush valleys and woodlands offers streams, rivers, waterfall cascades, ancient stones and soothing vegetation, all vital elements in Japanese gardens over many centuries. Add to this the Cornish folklore of spirits such as piskies. This mythological fairy tribe is associated with ancient rock structures, including stone circles and standing stones, associations which have themes in common with the Japanese Shinto concept of rocks giving kami spirits a physical space to inhabit, and which influence the historical use and placement of rocks in Japanese gardens. Another parallel can be found in the way offerings are left at Japanese shrines and gardens. In Cornwall, offerings in the form of coins have been given historically and can still be found today, pushed into the wooden fissures of tree trunks to help ensure protection and good health. It is therefore no surprise that Japanese-influenced gardens in Cornwall have a particularly strong energy and enchantment about them, as well as meditative tranquility and a sympathetic harmony with both the geographical surroundings and the ancient spiritual history and folklore.
Describe a Japanese garden in 3 words.
Restorative, tranquil, intriguing.
How would you explain the journey through the garden?
I'd describe it as a series of delightfully interwoven glades, because there's a sense of wandering through an enchanted forest and coming across a sequence of clearings, each one relaxing and tranquil, but each with its own character.
And each one gives a sense of connection to the area before.
It feels very harmonious with the geographical surroundings, because when the garden was created, existing features like the old willows and an ancient oak were incorporated into the design. And the original barn wall was used in the creation of the tea house. It also feels seamlessly interwoven with the philosophy of Japanese gardens. It doesn't feel false or contrived because of the natural presence of water and stone and ancient trees. The site is already long associated with a spiritual landscape as well. It's opposite the village's 13th century church.
The church became part of our garden experience when we heard the bells ringing to announce a wedding.
One of those bells is over 600 years old, so you were literally hearing history ringing out, and that feels completely in harmony with the ethos of the garden and with the soothing tones of the wind chimes as well. And like we were saying at the time, you have the church bells celebrating the social and religious tradition, whereas the wind chimes seem to be celebrating the presence of nature. Nature controls the strength of the breeze and the ringing of the chimes.
Sound, it's a very important part of the garden.
Absolutely, the dynamic sound of cascading water creates a feeling of positive energy. And the tree canopy rustling in the breeze overhead creates a soundscape above you. All these things lend themselves to contemplation in the surroundings. I think even heightened perception. It made us pay attention to all the different textures and shapes of foliage. How each different area makes you feel. The simple beauty of rocks, objects to be studied, appreciated, almost venerated here. Each glade seems to gently guide you to look around and take a 360 perspective, and every angle of viewing makes you appreciate a different set of features than before. Constant yet always evolving. In part 2, we explore our second gorgeous Japanese-influenced garden in Cornwall, a smaller but very impactful space with its own unique atmosphere.
We hope you'll join us.